Real Madrid needs to sign a striker, because when you take a look at the recent games against bigger teams, they have not done anything extraordinary, and Kylian Mbappé is not a proper striker. Real Madrid needs to sign a striker. I know people are going to be asking me, is Cristiano Ronaldo a striker? Was Cristiano Ronaldo a striker? What I will tell you guys is very simple. Cristiano Ronaldo is different from Kylian Mbappé, and Kylian Mbappé is different from Cristiano Ronaldo. Real Madrid cannot continue to count on Kylian Mbappé as their main striker, because if they continue to count on him as their main striker, he is not always going to deliver when he is needed. He is not always going to be where he is needed. Now, there is a big difference between a striker and a player that is being converted to a striker. That is why I said Real Madrid needs to sign a proper striker. When you take a look at Kylian Mbappé is not a proper striker, even though he scores a lot of goals, right? Kylian Mbappé is a winger, and he does a lot of things from the wings. And when you take a look at the Kylian Mbappé of Paris Saint-Germain and compare to the Kylian Mbappé of Real Madrid, there are two different Kylian Mbappés. Two different. People are going to say that Ousmane Dembélé won the Ballon d'Or being used as a striker. Kylian Mbappé, I think Kylian Mbappé is good. He can play anywhere, but if he comes from the wing, he's going to do something extraordinary, right? And when you take a look at this Real Madrid team, they suffered against Juventus. In fact, they suffered against any bigger teams. And one advantage of a striker is that when you have a proper striker in difficult games, the striker is causing harm to the defenders, to the opponents, right? And you can drop the ball inside the box for that striker. But Kylian Mbappé cannot. That's not the type of player who Kylian Mbappé is. And I'll keep on saying this. Real Madrid needs to sign a striker. We don't even know if there are still strikers in the transfer market, but Real Madrid needs to sign a striker. I'm seeing rumors about Real Madrid and Erling Haaland, but I don't know how true that information is. But the only thing is, if they get a striker, they are going to start winning big games. When was the last time Real Madrid dominated a game against a bigger opponent? When was the last time? And now, when you take a look at this Real Madrid attack, right, if they bring in a striker, Kylian Mbappé plays where Vinicius Junior is currently playing, and Vinicius Junior plays from the right because he is good at creating chances. Real Madrid is going to be looking unstoppable. So, Real Madrid, go and get a striker. You played against Liverpool, you suffered because there was no striker. And when you take a look at the recent games of Real Madrid, against Rayo Vallecano, against Liverpool, those were the two worst games of Kylian Mbappé this season. Kylian Mbappé did not have a shot on target against Liverpool. He had 0 shot on target against Rayo Vallecano. That is just to tell you, things are getting difficult. I know they can be winning games and you guys are going to be like, no, we are winning games, we are doing this, we are doing... Real Madrid needs to sign a striker. If they sign a striker, they are going to be better than this, whether you guys like it or not. Real Madrid needs to sign a striker. Guys, let me know what you think about this Real Madrid team. Do you think they need a striker in this team? Oh, they should continue counting on Kylian Mbappé as the number 1 striker, because I don't think it is going to work. I have to be honest, right? When you take a look at the move of Erling Haaland from Borussia Dortmund to Manchester City, when the guy first arrived, Manchester City was still under Pep Guardiola. Even now they're still under Pep Guardiola. The guy was working with this false striker. But when Erling Haaland came, when games are difficult, what Kevin De Bruyne does is that he picks the ball, he drops inside the box, and Erling Haaland was always there. That is the job of a striker. And the one important job of a striker is that he causes a lot of trouble to the defenders, right? And Kylian Mbappé is not that type. Kylian Mbappé is that type of player that wants to take the ball from free space, box in. And what's the job of a striker now? A striker is always in between 2 defenders, meaning always battling between 2 defenders. But Kylian Mbappé is not that type of a player. Kylian Mbappé is that type of player where if you are playing against him, you want to stop him, lock him up. If you lock Kylian Mbappé up, he cannot play, because that is not his job as a striker. But if you are coming from the wings, you are always open. A player coming from the wings is always open. But Kylian Mbappé as a striker is not always open. It depends on their opponents. But if Real Madrid get a striker, Kylian Mbappé from the wings and Vinicius Junior from the wing also, then with a proper striker, I think Real Madrid is going to win games. Let me know what you think about this issue of Real Madrid in recent games, because Real Madrid have not been good against bigger teams. They have not been good against bigger teams. And most importantly, if this is the first time you have come across my YouTube channel, hit a thumb up to the video, you subscribe to my YouTube channel, most also you share the video to 1 to 2 people.